Good.
All right, you're gonna educate us.
Oh, yes, walking.
Walking.
Yeah.
I love walking. Well, actually, I don't. I like running, but walking is.
Yeah. We're going to talk about some of the benefits. So, key benefits we got here: physical, mental, social, and creative.
I like it.
Yeah.
We did a segment sort of like this that was how many extra steps you have to take for health benefits.
Yeah.
So this is different. So I'm interested.
Okay.
But I'm on board.
So obviously there's going to be health benefits because this is an exercise, which is, an exercise that we all do every day and we don't think about it. But when you do it with intention, it really helps you. Yes.
And so I would add to that adding, I think it was an extra, I'm trying to remember it in steps versus miles. I want to say if you add an extra 1.5 miles to 2 miles per day, it makes a very dramatic improvement in your overall health. Because we talked about things like weight loss, diabetes prevention. If you guys want to check it out, we could probably put a link up to the steps video because I had all of that data broken down. I've kind of forgot it, but I want to say that it was around adding 1.5 miles to 2 miles to your daily walking routine has enormous benefits.
Definitely.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean
and
to
so the physical health benefits, obviously it's low impact exercise.
Yes, that's
easy
very
on
important.
the joints and suitable for everyone.
Absolutely.
So you can start today. Travis can start today.
We all can start
today. Go on
a
walk. And just 30 minutes a day improves cardiovascular fitness, strengthens your bones, reduces body fat, and guess which type of body fat it reduces?
Visceral?
It does, which is like the one that causes all of these chronic diseases that people get in America all the time and everywhere all over the world.
I think that's one of the reasons, and I think it's multifactorial. I know it's multifactorial.
Because people don't walk around here. Everybody's got a car.
One of the reasons that Europeans
so far away.
Overall are better shape than Americans is everybody walks over there.
Yeah, the cities were built to walk.
But some of it's not our fault. I mean, think about this. Like, we live in the Dallas Metroplex. You can't walk anywhere. I can't even walk to a gas station from my house.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess theoretically I could if I wanted to spend 2 hours.
I would never. I don't want to walk right now outside though.
But like, when you live in Europe where everything is kind of centrally located, I mean, I walked all over Rome in the day, my wife and I did. You couldn't walk from my house to halfway here in a day. Like, it's too far in miles.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Everything's spread out in the United States. So some of it's not our fault.
Yeah.
So if you want to walk, you have to do it intentionally.
Yes, for 30 minutes a day.
Yeah, keep going, sorry.
No, you're good.
I got on a tangent.
The other part of it is it boosts muscle power, obviously, and endurance.
Yes.
So that's if you want to start being a runner, you need to
start with walking.
Don't walk.
You got to walk before you run.
That's right.
Sometimes.
Got to build that endurance. So with all of that and reducing that body fat, it's obviously reducing visceral body fat, it's obviously going to decrease heart disease, high blood pressure, and type 2 diabetes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw that. I'll have to dig up the data on that. But yeah, there was definitely a link towards intentional walking and decrease in obesity, heart disease, diabetes. Absolutely.
Yeah. So next we're going to move on to the mental health benefits.
Okay, this is where I don't know as much.
I think this is good. I think this is the best part because all exercise has a benefit for that on that side. It makes you feel good after you do that.
Yes.
Any type of exercise.
You feel like you've accomplished something.
It's hard to do it at the beginning, but afterwards you always feel better.
That is the truest thing ever because as I've talked about many times, I've had times in my life when I really was into working out and it's like, oh, I don't want to go work out today. But then you do it and you feel so good about yourself. You're like, I did something. I'm a good person.
Yeah, accomplished.
Yeah.
I like it. Obviously, I work out a lot, so I feel like if I haven't...
You make us all look bad, Sarah.
I feel like if I haven't worked out, then I haven't completed my day.
You haven't completed your day, yeah.
Yeah.
I get that. There were times when I was like that.
Yeah.
Now's not one of those times.
And I was not always like that. But
so what got you into being like that? Is there any one particular thing or?
I noticed when I remember, I guess whenever I was a kid or younger, like adolescence, high school, that age, I was like, you think about like when you were like happy, like what was I doing that was so made me happy and blah, blah, blah. I was active every single day. I was doing gymnastics. I was moving. And I just noticed, what, like, one day I was like sitting on the couch, like I don't have like a hobby. I don't have anything that I'm like passionate about. And like, what was I passionate about before? Gymnastics. And that's like, something that was really important to me in my life. And then it just like went away because I couldn't do it in college, or I couldn't be in Olympics or something. And then that, just all went away. So that's why I started doing CrossFit again.
Yeah.
Or CrossFit, not again, but yeah.
I got into it probably just for picking up girls. That's the reason I pretty much got into everything in my whole entire life.
For working out?
Yeah,
just to get muscles?
Yeah, right. Doing sports, like playing the guitar, working out. It was all about being able to pick up girls,
Hey,
I'm just being truthful.
Hey, whatever.
Right, Travis, didn't that motivate most men, right?
It absolutely
does. Okay, all right. Not just me.
And I'm like, now let's talk about y'all's mental health. You got to do it for you, main one, but mental health benefits, it reduces symptoms of depression and anxiety.
Yes.
Gets out those bad feelings for sure. It releases endorphins, which are the mood lifters.
Yes.
And how it does that is from when you're walking outside, you feel you're out, I don't know, something about being outside, it just makes you feel good.
Alive. Like there's a lot more sense. It's funny, and I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
At the risk of derailing you, which I'm not going to do, I'm just going to say real quickly. That's one of the reasons I really enjoy riding motorcycles, because you get that extra sensation of like the wind and then smells, the feel of it's very tactile. I would think running or walking in this instance, it's the same thing, right?
You start noticing things outside that you didn't notice
seeing
it before.
Stuff. Yeah. Like you have a lot more of experience. It's I get it. I mean, that's why I like to run too. I mean, running and walking to me is the same as far as they're very similar, right? It's just different pace, but.
Yeah, being outside makes you feel good.
Yeah, I agree
100%. So the next thing is social benefits. Taking walks. It will lead to sometimes, making some friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like, I used to live.
Making you feel good that way too.
When I lived in Kentucky, when I was doing my general surgery training, we lived right next to an amazing park. I mean, it was awesome. And I would run around the park, and there would be a bazillion people out there.
Yeah, and you start seeing the same people, and then y'all start being like, hey, how's it going?
I know you.
Let's go get coffee after this, and la la la. Yeah, totally. In my neighborhood, I see the same people like walking every morning. Yeah. And so it makes me be like, I should probably do that. Cause I 1 week I went for a run and then I never did it again.
Oh really? Yeah, but you're doing CrossFit. So
too much. I think it would really help me though, to just walk and run. Yeah. Because,
just to get out
CrossFit
there.
really, the way the workout regimen is, it really makes you really stocky.
Yeah.
And not so lean.
Yeah.
So I've always been really stocky. So.
Well, you're a gymnast. I mean.
Yeah, but it's a gymnast. That's also why they're stocky, is because that's how the workout is. But yeah, so some ways that you could be a part of that social thing is to do morning walks with your partner. Lunchtime stroll with colleagues. So after your lunch, y'all go eat lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Do like a little digestive lunch walk.
Yeah.
It helps you digest your food, and so you won't get that like crash after you eat.
That's a really good idea. That's something I hadn't thought about.
Yeah. And then an evening walk, especially with your dog. That's always good to do. I used to take my dogs for walks. So
our dogs are like insane when we take them for walks. It's a workout.
Yeah, and I think, and it also, in walking with your partner, it strengthens your relationship, because most of the time hopefully you're not just walking looking at your phone.
Yeah.
You're walking and being like, hey, look at that tree.
Yeah.
Look at that bird.
Look at that house.
And then other things come up,
Yep.
Other things happen. Speaking of other things come up when you're outside, you get a creative boost. I
hadn't heard that.
Yeah, so walking can spark creativity. The rhythm and change of scenery can clear the mind and open pathways to thought. So it's kind of almost like a meditation. Like you're one with, you're outside and you're not thinking about you know.
I would agree with that. So I equate things to running because I do more running than walking. But yeah, I get that. When I'm in the zone with running, like I start to, you know, think about stuff, and I tend not to think about things like work, you know, just think about creative stuff.
What it reminds me of is whenever, you know, you're driving and you realize that you've been driving the whole time without listening to the radio.
You've just been thinking.
You've just been thinking the whole time. That's what it reminds me of whenever if I'm running or walking outside or something. I just get in the mode of like, how long have I been out here? Yeah.
I don't like to listen to music when I run. Now, when I lift weights, which I haven't done in a while, but when I lift weights, I like to listen to music. But when I'm running, I don't.
Really?
No, I like the sounds of the outside.
Yeah. Sometimes, I don't even think I'm listening to the music.
Yeah. Right, you have it on, but you're not like.
Yeah, I don't even think I'm listening to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much what I found. I think it's super simple. It's something that's overlooked, and you don't need a gym. You just need to go outside.
The other thing too, the only thing I would add is when you think about, okay, I want to get the benefits of walking, I have to meet this certain, you know, amount of walking. There are some simple ways, and you mentioned a lot of them, like go for a walk, like at lunch, go for a walk with your partner, take your dog for a walk. There are two things that I would add is one, when you're going places, park at the back of the parking lot.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't sound like a lot.
Take the stairs.
And that's the other one. Yeah, that's exactly right. That was going to be the second one, is take the stairs. The one about parking in the back of the parking lot, like if you get into the habit of that and you go to a few places a day, I mean, you can easily add up to a mile, you know, and then you're half or, you know, way there to getting that number of steps you need in that actually gives you those health benefits.
Yeah.
We always tend to park, you know, as close as we can, but, you know, I mean, parking in the back of the parking lot, I mean, it's easy, it's convenient, there's always spaces there, and you just get into the habit of doing that. I mean, it makes a difference.
It does.
You know, it adds up. The steps add up.
Yeah.
And you can also like get little apps and stuff on your phone to keep track of your steps.
Yeah, I had so many steps whenever I went to the Grand Canyon on that road trip.
Yeah.
Oof, my phone was like, congratulations.
Yeah, you hit a new record. Oh. No, that's really good information, Sarah. And that's why I like when you do these things, because you were looking at aspects that I didn't necessarily think of. Like, I wasn't thinking about the social creative. Like, when I was like looking at it from a doctor's standpoint. Like, what does it do for your heart and your weight?
Like bottom line, what does it do?
So that's good. I like that different perspective. Thank you. All right, I guess that's all we have time for this week. I want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks, Sarah, for throwing that segment out there. I felt like we learned a lot. Thanks, Travis in the box. Let us know what you guys want us to talk about. Leave us a comment. We want to hear from you. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.